Hello, everyone. Welcome to B's Blanket. I'm B Taylor. Obviously, you can follow me everywhere at B Loves Freedom. I am blessed to be here today with the artist sometimes known as Sonrisa.
Hey.
Let's do some claps in the background. I'll do a little sound effect. But not only an artist, you are really just a force, I feel like, to be reckoned with. And there's this kind of frequency that you carry with you that I really appreciate, that I like to call the shut the fuck up effect. I feel like I have it too, but let me explain. So, the cringiest part about being a performing artist for me is when it's time for you to go up and like the person who's hosting doesn't know what to say about you, or they'd be like, okay, helicopter. They'd be like, respect the mic.
Yeah.
Everyone be quiet. I'd be like,
Yeah.
that's the quickest way to make me nervous and turn me off. But I also feel like it's not necessary because it's just something about your artistry, and I feel like my artistry as well, where people were kind of already keeping an eye on us throughout the evening, like trying to see what we're gonna do, like who is this bitch, while everybody like looking at her and like being friendly to her and such and such. And then when you get up there and you start doing your thing, and everybody's just like, ah, and they're taken away into this trance of a moment. That's the shut the fuck up effect.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you didn't have to say shit, but start doing your thing, and everybody shut the fuck up.
You know, I love that. I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
You know, or like even when people do a lot of disclaimers, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know, I wrote it." Like when people start giving a lot of excuses for their stuff before they do it, and I always
like, none of us would even think about that. Just do it.
Literally, please just do it. Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
No, for real. So I'm just happy to have you here. It's my first episode. I've never done no shit like this. We're gonna eat some rice or whatever. I got some vegan sausage in it.
Okay.
It's a little bit spicy.
That's fine.
It's good though.
B made rice, y'all.
I did make rice.
It's giving amenities.
Once again, man, I was like, one thing about it, niggas love rice.
Niggas do love rice, no matter what is going on, actually.
Rice be ricing.
Yeah. Thanks. It smells really good.
It is, man. I was like, it's a little light skin. Sometimes it comes out more red, but I think it's because I put less tomato this time.
Thank you.
Let me know if you want more. I'm not gonna pile it.
I already know I'm feeling it. I'm
just screaming.
Hold on.
Y'all heard that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I might just watch us eat rice.
Marriage. A bitch can cook. So, I slick want to get into this EP that you put out a couple of months ago, Mariposa. Because that is my shit. And I was playing it on repeat on the way up here.
Aw, thanks.
I just gotta know. Because I think that the first song that I heard from you that's on there is Weightless.
Yeah.
And when I first heard you perform that at Heirloom, I was just like, I need more. It's a bug. I was like, I need more. Whatever you're doing, I'm subscribed. Where is it? I need. And then you put out this coherent ass project that falls into this vibe almost of trip hop, trance, neo. Not necessarily like neo soul, because I feel like that's too small to describe like what you really be doing, because you be rapping your ass off if we're telling just the truth. Rapping your ass off.
Experimental hip hop.
Like how would you describe it to people when people are like,
what kind of music? I usually put like experimental hip hop, alternative R&B.
Okay.
Shit, I don't know.
Okay.
That's a thing that I wonder about. I'm like, what genre is this? Because it's mostly just expression based. So, I don't know, but definitely something alternative. It's alternative to something.
It is. Alternative to all the bullshit that they be trying to give us.
You know, exactly. And that's really the goal, is to just like make some real shit that has real, you know,
some real meaning to it.
Some real meaning.
Some real resonance. And like, I think that's one of the things I love about your project. Because I was listening to it and I was like, I could listen to this a year from today and it would still hit just the same.
Oh, wow.
This is timeless. Like, this doesn't have a timestamp, time period on it. It doesn't have that sound where it's like, okay, this was played out. Like, why are you playing that old that shit? You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Like, I can play that shit for my kid. I plan to someday.
Listen to this, cheering.
Y'all sit back and listen to some real niggas one time.
Thanks. I mean, you're one of my inspirations, so
that's sickening. Because I be
like, what the fuck? Like every time
I have a music envy for your music,
bro.
I be like, nah, this shit too good. I'd be like, I wish I made this myself.
You are definitely one of my inspirations, bro.
I love that for us.
I love how, I don't know, I love the format of your music. I don't know, I just feel like you have a very creative way, like, of structuring your songs. So, like, even in, like, Human Experience, the part where you get into kind of, like, the little police brutality type of section, like, that is skillful as fuck.
Bruh.
Like, you know,
I appreciate that.
That shit takes it to a whole new level. And then you, like, bring us back.
I love Human Experience. The thing about Human Experience, I made it. They were having all them riots and stuff, and people were just wilding out, and niggas was getting killed in the street, and I was just like, wait, so, because one good time, you remember maybe like a few years before that, I think it was maybe like 2017, when we were really, really outside, like, I can't remember if it was for either my
I know what you mean though. Yeah, it was like a summer.
Yes, and we all linked up, starting at like the MLK Center downtown, and everybody ended up blocking the highway.
Yeah.
So we were there that day. By the time people started walking towards the highway, I was like, I mean, it's giving this and it's giving also this, but it's not giving that. Like, I personally can't die. I'm not gonna get shot in the street by police. So I was like, okay, well, you know, what other way can I kind of like do my part of like bringing some awareness to this and letting niggas know that this is really what's happening. Like, we got to get out of here. This is not it. And
you did that.
Experience.
You started smacking.
I'm glad.
I'm very much enjoying every moment of it.
So I have a question for you. As far as like the genre bending of it all and kind of like the alternativism of it, of your artistry, how do you feel like that kind of like shapes your projection as an artist? Like, do you feel like it's harder when you're not able to be boxed, when people are just like, okay, well, this is where you fit, so when this and this is happening, you're the first one we call? Yeah. Or do you feel like with having more aspects to your artistry, it expands your reach?
I feel like it's definitely a double-edged sword. I definitely am a little self-conscious of that sometimes, because I don't always fit into the R&B soul shows, but I also don't always fit into the rappy girl shows, because I'm not as much of a rapper as, you know, others. So yeah, like it feels like it's difficult, but when I express it to people, a lot of people say they enjoy that. So I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna just keep doing it, but I do kind of want to hone in. I don't know, I love rapping so much, but I really love like soul music as well.
And I don't think that you should have to choose.
Yeah.
Or like there is a either or. Like, I think that that's kind of the beauty of you as an artist, and like my favorite part of experiencing you is just that it's like, yes, we were taking you up through the clouds, you know, on this magical, like, ethereal wavelength, and then once we get up to the clouds, you find out like there's a snack bar of lyricism and it's just so good. Like, I don't know, it's just so good. Oh, it's good.
And I do think like the lyrics comes first for me. Like, I think the genre of the songs is kind of a consequence of whatever beat I'm using and what I'm talking about. But I'm kind of a writer first.
Okay.
So like I did a lot of poetry before I ever started making music. But I just kind of felt limited in poetry because it's like only the spoken word. And I'm like, you know, music, like you can say shit with music that you can't really say with words, if that makes sense. You know, like the bit, the rhythm, the beat, the how you sing that shit.
Like implied shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do a lot more implied shit. So that's what had me start making music in the first place.
I love that. When do you feel like it clicked? Because I feel like almost a central theme in your EP is almost like the concept of like running from a certain version of self and almost like being freed from whatever was holding you back before and stepping into new. And so when do you feel like it clicked where you were like, okay, well, bitch, obviously I can do this, and now let me also murder y'all in this game?
Honestly, when people gave me feedback, I wasn't on my friends, as you know, for a while. And so that was kind of my first opportunity to like show off my original music when we would have our feature moments. And so in taking a risk, and people were like, "Oh, I really like that song," and I'm like, "Okay, they're just being nice." And so then I would perform it again, and people would be like, "Oh, is that on like platforms or whatever?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
no, we're not being nice. We're not being nice to nobody. I'm not telling somebody should do good if I don't like it.
So I think just like seeing people's responses from it and like feeling people's energy from doing it, and then also me liking the shit, because I also was like, I mean, if I like it,
right,
it's worth something, because we're our worst critics. So I'm like, if I fuck with it, someone else is gonna fuck with it, or someone else is at least gonna receive the message.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think like once I got a couple more gigs, probably like the first time I did Poetry Ain't Dead was probably the first time.
I feel like I remember that.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember that, and I was like, nah, bitch.
I was like, what? Okay, we're doing this, I guess.
I was like, come through.
Yeah.
But no. And I think seeing you at Heirloom too is just like a special experience, just because like you're comfortable. And you know that people are fucking with it already. So it's like, well, bitch, let me just focus then on taking it to the next level.
Yeah, and that's what I really want to do. I do want to like put myself in situations to be around people who aren't familiar with my shit. Because I mean, that's a goal. You know what I'm saying? Like exposure. Having more people hear it. Like I love when I perform somewhere and like a 40-year-old woman compliments my shit. That's how you know you made it, bro.
I be like, I don't care about what y'all
honestly
about. Auntie said
she said it was good, so this is for her.
Absolutely.
So I just love I don't know, I'm just grateful for those opportunities. Honestly, I didn't expect to like really be as into it as I am.
Yeah,
but it also felt very right. So
that's one thing about walking in your purpose. You can't run from it. You can try. You can dance around the outskirts, and it might always feel like it's almost right. But once you start doing it, and everything starts like aligning so easily, you realize, oh, okay, life really isn't hard. I'm just trying to do the shit that I'm not supposed to be doing. Honestly. And once you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, it just falls into line, and I love that.
Yeah, and a lot of this didn't happen until I got the stereotypical graduated from college, got a job, and it was like right when I got that shit, I was like,
why have I done this to myself? I'm trapped.
I want to make music. The fuck. So
that's real. I'm not gonna hold you. I dropped out of college. I don't know if you know that. I happily tell people I dropped out, because
shout out to you.
And it was so ugly too, because I could have just stuck it out. Like I was at that bitch for 3 years, and by year 2, I was like, honestly, I'm here for the experience.
It'd be like that, yeah.
And at some point, I was just like, I think when I started working actually across the street, and at my job, I'm like, I'm with late 20s, 30-year-olds. We're all working the same job. These niggas got degrees. So if we're all gonna work here afterwards anyway, why don't we
what's the point, part? Right?
Because I was really like, fuck this shit. I don't know. I feel like you know how to read. You can pretty much self-teach anything. If you can read comprehensively, you know anything. So if I really want to learn it, I'll just go learn it. But I don't know. There's something about having that paper on the wall that I sometimes feel like, damn. Because I've been paying my student loans for years. I'm like, not me paying for something I'll never see.
Yeah, and honestly, child, don't even get me started on those. But school was like my ticket to Atlanta, because I'm from San Diego, and so I knew I wanted to get the fuck away from home when I was 18.
San Diego is cute.
It is cute, but there's not a lot of us out there, honey.
That's real. The only people I ever knew from out there was like, I think the one black couple that lives out there.
Yeah, probably. And so not a lot of us. I never really felt connected to the Black experience as much as I wanted to be. And I did always have a desire to like just be immersed in my culture.
Right.
And so found out about HBCUs.
Bro, I wish I knew about HBCUs.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
I was like, perhaps I would have actually stayed.
I'm telling you, bro. I did not know that we were doing that. And so, I applied to Clark, and like my grades were so shitty in high school because I like gave up. Like I already knew I was gonna work at Target and just chill. But something was like, go to Atlanta. Like, fuck it. August Alsina was dropping music. Like, it was a time. I was just like, I want to go.
Not August Alsina. Nobody knows what.
Like Young Thug was in his prime.
Okay.
I was just really feeling it.
What a time. What year did you graduate high school?
2014.
Same.
And so, oh yay, cool.
Twinsies.
Yep. And so got accepted into Clark, shockingly,
Mm.
with a fucking 2.0 overall GPA on some shit. Literally not giving a fuck at school. I went to like a predominantly white school too, so I extra didn't give a fuck because they didn't give a fuck. And yeah, I came out here. And I was like, oh shit, there's black people doing everything out here. Niggas are mowing lawns. Niggas are owning stores. Lawns is crazy. Niggas are the police. Like, what's happening? Lawns in San Diego? No. Mexicans do everything, bro. Mexicans do everything.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
And so being out here, seeing the different ways being black can look inspired me a lot. Because on the West Coast, you're either bougie black with a relaxer, or you're Mexican, or you know, you kind of skatery. Yeah, like there's just like not a lot of different. And out here, it's fucking like black women working in corporate with green afros and a body full of tattoos and like So
like, oh, we're here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that kind of brings me to another question that I have for you. Because I feel like your music is so soulful. So not being around that kind of aesthetic in everyday life growing up, where do you feel like you were drawing your inspiration from, just as far as the content of your writing?
Yeah. My childhood experiences mostly. Being able to see like the different ways that we live our lives as black people and being a black woman. Like coming from immigrants. And fucking, because my dad's side's from Charleston too, so like even coming from that and just like,
where'd the rest of your family immigrate from?
Belize. So my mom's side immigrated from Belize, and my dad's side's from Charleston.
What a combo!
What a fucking combo, right?
That is outrageous.
So I'd be writing about that shit basically because it's a lot and it's very, very interesting to me. But I do feel like culturally, I do have more of like a Afro-Latina type of a background sometimes. So also just trying to shed light on that.
Because just even your artist name and like the tape name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering that.
So trying to bring awareness because, you know.
I love that because not at first I was like, I wonder if her family's like Cuban or something. But that's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, we're Belizean.
I love that.
Can I have more rice?
Please.
Thank you. Everyone get the rice. And it's like a little spicy too.
Yes, and
but on the back end.
Spicy, but this time I was like, you know what? Before I kill this girl.
Yeah,
but I have a thing about spicy food. You know, my family from the islands. From Haiti.
Where is your family from?
My mom's from Haiti. My dad is from, I was about to say the islands, but the island of Manhattan, New York.
Okay.
That's where I was born as well.
Oh, wow. I can totally see that.
Which is weird because I've been here 20 years and people will always be like, you're not from here, are you?
Yeah.
I'm like, I grew up in Tyrone, Georgia.
You definitely get being from somewhere else. I could see you in a lot of places, though.
Me too.
I could see you in like Philly.
Philly is crazy. That is not what I thought you were going to say. Of all places to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I could definitely see New York for sure. Especially like in the 90s world.
Yeah. You know what's even crazier? I went back for 420 weekend. I did a show out there for my cousin's birthday. And I was like, if y'all think I'm riding the train, I'm not. Uber everywhere, bitch. I am.
You weren't fucking with the train?
No, that shit was right up the street. I was like, yeah, it's giving Uber.
Yeah.
Because what do I look like trying to be down here with the zombies?
Is the traffic really that crazy?
No.
Okay.
The traffic isn't crazy. The driving is nuts.
Ah, okay.
I was like, wait, because we were coming through an intersection, middle of the four-way stop. It's a van. It's a lady's car who looked like it was about to T-bone the van.
Oh, shit.
The lady is outside of her car yelling in the window at the person like, are you fucking stupid? I was like, I love it here. From afar. I don't want to live here.
Sounds like a beautiful place.
Absolutely.